How much protein do we really need? And why is the RDA for protein so different from what the latest research is telling us? We'll discuss that and much more right here on the YouTube coaching channel in less than 10 seconds. I'm Dr. Bradford Cooper of the Catalyst Coaching Institute, and the topic on the table today is protein. Now, whether you're a coach, a high performer yourself, or maybe both, you're likely hearing all sorts of noise around you on social media, newscasts, the latest headlines. But how do we actually figure out what we need in terms of protein to thrive? We are fortunate to have one of the world's leading experts on this topic, Dr. Stuart Phillips, on this week's podcast episode. We'll link to that down below if you'd like to listen in. But in the next few minutes, we're going to drill down into that how much protein question that we are asked so frequently. Speaking of down below, if you haven't yet subscribed here on the YouTube coaching channel, maybe now's a good time to click that red button, and that'll give you easy access to all the future resources we post here. Did you know that the word protein itself comes from the Greek word protos, which means first? Fits pretty well. Protein influences everything from our hair to blood to antibodies, enzymes, musculature, and a lot more. The RDA recommends 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. Now, if you're more familiar with pounds as a measurement tool, a kilogram is 2.205 pounds. So a 160-pound person would weigh 72.5 kilograms. According to the RDA, that person would require 58 grams of protein per day. But is this adequate? Dr. Phillips noted in the interview that their latest research indicates 1.2 kilograms per day is the minimum they recommend, and 1.6 grams per kilogram per day as you get older or with higher activity levels. That's 1.5 to 2 times the RDA. Indeed. Keep in mind, the RDA is the amount you need to keep from getting sick. It's not the amount you need to optimize your performance. Those are two very different questions. So if we're wanting to get that 1.2 to 1.6 grams per kilogram per day, how do we get it? Well, returning to our example, the 160 pound, 72.5 kilogram person, that translates to 87 to 116 grams per day. Now, everybody has different preferences, nutritional choices, but here are some examples. Eggs, generally 6 grams. 3 ounces of fish or chicken, it's about 20 grams. A cup of milk or an ounce of nuts, 7 to 8 grams. 6 ounces of Greek yogurt gives you 17 grams. And of course, there's a growing list of protein powders also available. Those will range based on the contents, but on average tend to be about 20 to 24 grams per scoop. Protein is one of the primary items listed on every nutritional label, so it's easy for you to check. Just be sure to reference the serving size, because that can completely throw you off. Now, if you'd like to dig into this topic, don't miss the interview with Dr. Phillips linked below. He did a fantastic job. We also have 2 other brand new resources linked below that may be of interest to you. The first is this week's feature coaching video, which takes a unique look at the real world motivational tips for your own life or your clients. The second is our popular 5-minute weekly catalyst on the podcast. It discusses expectations and how they can be the driver or the downfall, depending on how we or maybe our coaching clients approach those expectations. Thank you for joining us here on the YouTube coaching channel. I will look forward to speaking with you soon on the Catalyst Health, Wellness, and Performance podcast, or maybe back here on the YouTube coaching channel later this week. Now, let's get back to better than yesterday. Thanks, everyone.